for whatever reason, I didn't get him on when he first made his big announcement a few weeks ago, and he's been on O'Reilly, CNN, basically everything. But now in the aftermath, we'll get him on. He went and converted to, I guess, Shiite Islam in Iran. And when I was out in Las Vegas, we were looking at some rocket bases and other things out there for an investigation we were doing. He showed me his sword of, Ali around his neck, and he said, I'm thinking about converting. And we really didn't talk much about it, but he said, no, I'm serious. But the way he's described it is, and that's what the Bible says, it all comes out of Abraham, Judaism, and then, of course, Christianity, and then Islam, and most major sects of Islam understand that and know that. So I think for his statement, maybe I'm putting words in his mouth, but what I've gotten from what he said is that he's basically just pointing out that it's, at least in its roots, all goes back to the same God, and let's stop killing each other. Like Rodney King, can't we all just get along? Maybe I'm wrong. Am I putting words in Sean Stone's mouth? We can find out right now because he joins us. Sean, great to have you on.
Hey, Alex, thank you. Good to be back and to talk to you again.
Well, I just, said a whole bunch of stuff. What's your take on what I said, and why did you go to Iran and convert to Shia Islam?
Well, I didn't go to Iran just to convert, and nor have I would never say that I converted. I've always said that I accepted Islam, and as you said, I believe. Oh,
accepted it, sure.
Exactly, Islam, because all that it means to accept Islam is to accept that Muhammad is a prophet of God, the same lineage going back to Abraham, Moses, and Christ. So, the Islam itself is, very similar to Judaism. The Sharia law is based on Mosaic law. Their respect for Christ is tremendous. They believe that there will be a last judgment and Christ will return to earth as part of the second coming. And they believe, that they are part of this process. So it's not that in truth, the spirit of Islam is not contradictory at all. And they are very respectful of the people of the book. I think that ultimately in spirit, all of us, all the people of the book are opposed to paganism, to the idea of God creation or cults, atheism and Satanism. I think those are actually the real enemies of the religions. And anyone who says otherwise, for example, within the religions there are Satanists. Within the Catholic Church there are Satanists. Within Islam there are Satanists who worship the ego, who incite people to violence against other worshippers of God, who don't understand the ultimate message, which is that we need to devote ourselves to one God as opposed to these cults that are created largely by the financial sector. If you think about it, going back to Babylon, when the priestcraft would basically deploy god cults around the empire. So you get Apollo, the cult of Apollo, the cult of Mithras, the cult of Isis, right? And as you saw with the Bohemian Grove, that's what they do. They deploy these different cults, and you do blood sacrifice or money sacrifice, debt sacrifice ultimately, to that god. So the Federal Reserve, for example, is a temple. That's why the Federal Reserve...
No, they admit that they build these government buildings as temples. I want to get into this with you because I know